Alright guys and girls, this is Jerningham here. Is this the news you want to hear? But Kate McKay saying the vaccine is going to be rolled out for the most of the NHS workers, police, ambulance and people that are in need in old people's homes and fire engine services and people that are in a mental health service.
Government's response.
So when we talk about Kate McKay's,
John Craig, Sky News.
I reckon there's going to be
And in the last few moments, we're hearing that a COVID-19 vaccine from Pfizer has been approved by the Medicines and Healthcare Products Regulatory Agency for use in the UK, is what we're hearing, paving the way for mass vaccination to start. That is a breaking line just reaching us here on the breakfast programme. There's lots more to it, but a man who'll know all about it is the Health Secretary, Matt Hancock. Good morning to you, sir. Thanks for joining us. This is fantastic news on the surface, of course, but it does have to be stored at -70. When can we see that vaccine being rolled out here in the UK? Good morning.
sorry about the volume.
I can't hear Matt Hancock just at the moment. I'm so sorry, Mr. Hancock. I can't quite hear you at the moment. I'm going to try and find out what's going on there. Joe, if you want to join me, try and find out what's going on. Can you hear me now, Mr. Hancock?
Shall I keep talking? I can hear you loud and clear.
I can hear you now. I'm so sorry about that. How annoying for you. I was asking you about the vaccine and the fact that it's being stored, has to be stored at -70. So how can we roll that out? How effective is that going to be? Can we have it up from Monday?
Yes, we will have it ready early next week. This is fantastic news. The MHRA, the fiercely independent regulator, has clinically authorised the vaccine for rollout. The NHS stands ready to make that happen. So from early next week, we will start the programme of vaccinating people against COVID-19 here in this country. As we know from earlier announcements, this vaccine is effective. The MHRA have approved it as clinically safe.
It's great news.
And we have a vaccine, so it's very good news. Now, you mentioned the -70 conditions that it needs to be stored in, so this is a challenging rollout. The NHS in all parts of the UK stands ready to make that happen. They're used to handling vaccines and medicines like this with these sorts of conditions. It's not easy, but we've got those plans in place. And this morning I spoke to my counterparts in the devolved nations to make sure that we are all ready to roll out this vaccine. Now it's been approved from early next week.
Early next week, I'm guessing, hoping that might be Monday. I'm sure you'll correct me if it isn't. But -70, that means that you're not going to be able to get it from your GP. So there's going to have to be specialist centres. Are they like the Nightingales are going to be turned into specialist centres?
Well, there'll be a combination of 3 modes of delivery. The first is hospitals themselves, which of course have got facilities like this. And 50 hospitals across the country are already set up and waiting to receive the vaccine, as soon as it's approved, so that can now happen. And then there'll also be vaccination centres, which will be, as you say, big centres where people can go to get vaccinated. And they're being set up now. And then there'll also be a community rollout, including GPs and pharmacists. Now, of course, because of the -70 storage conditions of this vaccine, they will be able to support this rollout where they have those facilities, but they'll also be there should the AstraZeneca vaccine be approved, because that doesn't have these cold storage requirements, and so is operationally easier to roll out. But I just want to thank all of the scientists at BioNTech and Pfizer who are manufacturing this, who we've worked so closely
it's Central
with,
London Tier 3
we're
too.
the first country in the world to have a clinically authorised vaccine to roll out.
That's absolutely amazing, and what a relief for so many people watching today. We know the order of people, you've told us many times, who will get this vaccine. But I want to just put this to you, if I may. People with learning difficulties, 6 times more likely to die from COVID. Will they be on the list as some of the early people to get this vaccine?
Yes, the Joint Committee on Vaccinations and Immunisation is the clinical committee that advises the government on.
Sorry if the
on the
picture quality is
priority,
bad, but I
and
keep
who
doing
gets
this
the
with my
vaccine
hand so
in
you can
what
actually see
order.
it.
They will be setting out details of that prioritisation later this morning, along with the MHRA, who will set out the clinical details behind this vaccine and why they've taken the decision to authorise.